Oh, welcome back to Lace 'em Up Sports Talk Show. You see how we get turned up? That's how we come into the show, because we got a lot of breaking news and we got to get turned up for it. We got a lot of stuff going on today. And you know why I'm hyped. You know why I'm dancing like that. You know why I'm coming in like that. Look to my left. It's motivation, baby. All my motivation on my left. I got motivational quotes for y'all on my left. I see y'all out there grinding. I see y'all out there putting in y'all work. I see y'all out there doing your thing, and keep doing it. And one day, boom, you get that moment, take advantage of it, and you set for life. Boom, when on my right, I got Justin Fields here. Y'all seen the trade, and that's what we gonna get into. We got breaking news, baby. We got that breaking news. The Bears, they trade their first round pick. You know, they got the first round pick. You know, stuff didn't stack up right. The Texans, they were supposed to be at #1 overall, but they ended up winning some games. The Texans ended up winning some games. They moved down to 2, and Bears, they have the 1. So they didn't know what to do with it. They had Justin Fields. They got Bryce. They got CJ Stroud at 1. You know what I'm saying? And what should they do? Should they get rid of Justin Fields? Should they trade away the pick and get compensation? You know what I'm saying? And they got compensation. They traded their pick. They're sticking with their boy Justin Fields, because you see it right here. The boy was doing his thing this year.
Third down. Fields will yank it, and there's room to run for Fields. Fields, baby. Turn it on the speed. Fields on the angle, trying to outrace Okuda, and he'll beat him to the goal line for the touchdown.
He almost had the rushing record, and going over Lamar Jackson. He holds that record, but he got hurt at the end of the season, unfortunately, and he couldn't get that record. But he still was at his best this season, and it was only his rookie year, with his #1 receiver being it Darnell Mooney and stuff like that. All right, Darnell Mooney's a beast.
I mean, just they go and look, go ahead, just stick your paw out there.
But is he a #1? And let's look at the draft compensation. Let's look at the trade, because he got his #1. And I got it right here. I got the details right here in the trade between the Carolina Panthers and the Bears for what the Carolina gave up and gave to the Bears in exchange for that #1 overall pick, and what the Bears got in return. They got the number 9 pick in the first round, the number 61 pick in the first round from the Carolina Panthers, first round pick in 2024. So they gave up 3 first round picks just to go up to 1. That's a lot of picks. Hopefully they get their quarterback in their future, and they build up from there. They get some people around, either Bryce or CJ Stroud or whoever they take at #1. They gave up the 9th, the 61st, the 2024 first round pick, a second round pick in 2025, and DJ Moore. So they gave up their #1 wide receiver, 3 first round picks, in a second round pick in 2025, just to go up to 1. That's a great trade for the Bears, and the Bears they're going to get scary as it progresses. The Bears are going to get scary. They got Justin Fields, they got Darnell Mooney, they got DJ Moore now. Who knows? They can get a wide receiver again at number 9. They can get a defensive player. They can get their team back going. They had a disappointing season this year. I don't know what their record was. I know they didn't make the playoffs. The Bears were 3-14. Let's be real. They had a horrible season, and that's the reason why they ended up in the mix of being in the first round. I mean, with the first overall pick, and having to trade that away, because they were horribly bad this season. They had something going with Justin Fields and his legs. Hopefully they can get a passing game going for that man. He needs Justin Fields at Ohio State. He was throwing it. He was running it. He was doing it. He was doing both. But with the O-line situation and with the Bears, with the offensive coordinator problems, with the wide receiver problems, there's only so much you can do as a quarterback and leading that team. And with this trade and them getting their #1 receiver and DJ Moore, it's up for the Bears. It's up. And for them to hold that #1 overall pick and give up the pick just for compensation like that, they're set up for the future. They're set up for the next 3 years in draft picks. Say they can use that compensation and trade for, let's say, a Derrick Henry.
and let him just throw you out of the club.
Derrick Henry, he's out for trades right now. Darius Slay.
Sitting underneath, reading the eyes of Sam Darnold. He does a look.
He's requesting a trade. He has no guaranteed money in his contract in Philadelphia. Maybe they can add to the defensive side. It's trades out there now. You got draft picks. You got a lot of draft picks now, and maybe you can get more than what you even got right now in the future for Justin Fields. And I'm hoping they set that man up for greatness. I'm glad they stuck with Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a great player. He's a great player this season. And now put some boys around them. They knew they didn't have no boys around them. They knew they didn't have the right offensive line for Justin Fields. And looking at the Carolina Panthers, they get the #1 overall pick. Who do they get? Do they get CJ or do they get Bryce? Because last season was terrible for them. They were at the 9th pick this season. They move up to 1. They had Sam Darnold at quarterback. They had Baker Mayfield at quarterback and PJ Walker at quarterback. All in one season. When you're going through 3 quarterbacks, and I know it as a Washington fan, when you're going from quarterback to quarterback to quarterback and they just trash, it does something to a team. It makes you desperate. It makes you desperate to go up to the #1 overall pick and give up 3 first-round picks and give up a second-round pick and give up your main player on your team. Because they just trying to find a quarterback at this point. And the main thing in the NFL is your quarterback position. That is the main player. That is the player that's going to take you to wherever you're going. And that's the player who gets the most credit. That is the player that gets the most credit on a football team at any point. High school, doesn't matter. College, now professional. The quarterback is going to get all the blame and the credit. When you don't have a quarterback like that, it sets your team up for failure. So the Carolina Panthers, even though they gave up a lot, I feel like they gave up a lot. They get their #1 quarterback, and now they can build around him. Now they can build around a CJ Stroud. Now they can build around a Bryce Young, and then they can head off from there because they're rebuilding. Since they lost Christian McCaffrey, they wiping their hands with that. They cleaning that slate. They got rid of Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera is on the Washington now. They get rid of Cam Newton. They get rid of Christian McCaffrey. They get rid of DJ Moore. They get rid of all those boys back then who were, you know what I'm saying, old names. You know what I'm saying, old Panthers team, the whole old Panther squad. We know the old Panther squad with Cam and those boys doing their thing. They go 15 and something, go to the Super Bowl. We know that whole squad for real. And the Panthers, they done with that. They moving on to something new, something totally new. You know, they know they're bad. They know they got a lot of stuff to fix, and they're getting it fixed. They move up to #1. So that takes them out of the Lamar sweepstakes. They got their quarterback. The Bears, they got their quarterback. Shout out to that trade. Shout out to that breaking news, because we love the breaking news out here. We getting a lot of it back to back. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of people requesting trades. We got a lot of people being released. We got a lot of people on the trade block. So we're going to be coming back with these videos. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay lit. We got to stay turned up. But going to the next topic, we got Aaron Rodgers. You know we got to talk about the guy. We got to talk about the boy, Aaron Rodgers. It looks like he's out of there. The GM came out with a statement.
I mean, I can't get into all the details, but you know, it's a situation where I think we wanted to help Aaron achieve what he wanted, as well as the Packers, and hopefully, create a situation where it's kind of a win for both sides.
You know, they had to keep it short. He talked about how he couldn't talk about it, but he had a great career here in Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? It looks like the GM is going to find a spot for Aaron Rodgers, because it's time for a clean slate. It's time for Aaron Rodgers to get out of there. Aaron Rodgers is over it. I know Green Bay fans are over it. I know the Green Bay front office is over Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets, they fly out. They go and talk to Aaron Rodgers. They're not in the Lamar sweepstakes right now because they're trying to figure out what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. They want Aaron Rodgers bad, and they'll pay money for Aaron Rodgers. They'll do whatever it takes to trade for him. You see Sauce Gardner, he's on the internet. He's talking to Odell. He's talking to Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Let's make this happen, man. This is me talking now. I ain't playing no games no more. I'm not playing no more. I was playing that first. I'm not playing no more. You see it in my face. I need you to lock in. I need you to come here so we can win the Super Bowl. Like,
he's trying to make, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to recruit. He's trying to make the Jets better. You know what I'm saying? You can't down the player for doing that, trying to make his team better. The Jets, they need to be better and better and better. They could have been in the playoffs if they had an actual QB. You know, Zach Wilson was horrible and bad.
There's a positive play here.
Wilson throwing. Man coming across the field and he's intercepted at the 5.
This man had 10 yards in a game at one point. Couldn't score a touchdown for his life. Depended on it. So they bitched him a couple times. They even had Joe Flacco back in the lineup. That's how bad it was for the Jets this season. It was terrible at quarterback. Other than that, their defense was amazing. They got Garrett Wilson. Their offense was good. They had Zonovan Knight, Breece Hall. Them boys was moving the ball. They was moving the rock. They was getting it downfield for the quarterback who was back there. But you can only get so much done if you don't have a quarterback who can lead a team and take the load on their shoulders of taking the credit and the blame, figuring out ways to win. And they know that Aaron Rodgers, he can figure out the way to win. He can get them over the hump to get them into relevancy. The Jets haven't been relevant in years. When the last time the Jets were even relevant? Let's be real. The Jets are a horrible franchise. We all know that. But any horrible franchise, they can build themselves back up. They can trade what they need to trade. They can put their players in the right position, get the coaching staff alongside. That's what the Texans are trying to do with don't remember his name, the coach from the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? They get their coach. They trying to get their player. It looks like they're going to get a quarterback this year with the Texans. But you see, that organization is bad. They're trying to fix it up. And this organization with the Jets is bad, and they trying to fix it up. Any team that can be bad will eventually start to be good. Look at the Bills. Look at the Bengals. They were terrible teams, and now they all in the mix. They in the AFC Championship almost every single season now, trying to knock each other off. And it's must-see TV. We love it out here. That's why we sit here. That's why we love this sports talk stuff. That's why I'm on this sports talk show. That's why I'm talking to you right now, because of the greatness that they put on display out here on the NFL. But back to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, he's going to some place. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is actually committed to say, I want to go to there. I want to go to the Jets. He did say it on the golf course that if he can rule out a team 49ers, he's not going to it. He's not going to it. He already came out and said that. So that rules one team out of 32. So any quarterback that needs a quarterback. I know my team needs a quarterback. I know the Falcons still need a quarterback. The Titans need a quarterback. The Jets need a quarterback. This list is only a couple teams out here that are in need of quarterback. I know the Dolphins, they sealed up their situation with Tua. They believe in Tua. They believe he can stay healthy this season. They signed him to this 5th-year option. He took the 5th-year option, and he's getting $24 million guaranteed. So you're not paying somebody $25 million guaranteed for a season, and you're not sticking with them. So the Dolphins, they're out of the sweepstakes with Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, any quarterback out the draft, any quarterback in free agency. They're out of the situation. So it's only certain teams out here that really need quarterbacks, and I can only dwell it down to some teams like the Colts. It's only down to like 8 teams out here that really need quarterbacks. And Aaron Rodgers, it looks like he should just go with the Jets. They have a serious interest in you, Aaron Rodgers. And if you want to get up out of a situation where they have no interest in you and they plan on moving on, even though it's the Jets, even though they're bad, they're in New York. We can look at that currency and branding coming in. You know, you got your State Farm commercials and stuff like that. New York is a high brand, high command place. So for you to rule the town in New York, and if you get it done in New York, you be on top of the world, bro. If you went into LA, if you went into New York, you on top of the world. So if he goes to the Jets and he gets it done, he takes them to the playoffs and actually even just wins a playoff game. He has a great running game. He has a wide receiver there. He doesn't have to ask any question about the defense because the Jets defense is like that. So who knows where Aaron Rodgers goes? He talks a lot, you know what I'm saying? He had his retreat. He got in his box. Who knows where he ends up? We all waiting for it. You know that video is going to come out when that drops, when Aaron Rodgers, he goes to his place. When Lamar Jackson, he gets it in his bag. I'm going to be here for it. We like to see it. I hope y'all love getting hyped with me. We get hyped every other day, almost every day. You come in with these videos, get hyped with me, stay here with me. I thank you for staying by. I thank you for watching my video up until the end. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. God bless.